Hello Bookish friends, welcome to a video that I'm very excited to do, the creation of the third Berna's Bookish bingo card. In this video, first of all, I'm going to show a clip of all the books that I read for the second Berna's Bookish bingo card, and then I will give a very brief summary of the best, the worst, the most disappointing and the most surprising book that I've read. And in the third part of the video, I will pick up the prompts for Berna's Bookish Bingo for the months of July, August and September. The most disappointing book that I read was a book that I was very enthusiastic to read, a manga adaptation of a Harlequin romance novel, which was called Her Royal Wedding Wish, which was originally written by Cara Colter. And I found the manga adaptation to be lacking in many things, especially in the romance department. The relationship that was formed between the hero and the heroine was not done as deeply as it could have been done. Romance is the most important plot point of those books, as you all know. So it was very disappointing for me. But I liked the drawing style very, very much. So that's why it's not actually the worst book that I've read for this bingo card. The most surprising book that I read was a recommendation from Courtney Ferriter. An elderly lady is up to no good. This book was a very delight to read. A woman of 80 years did very shady and criminal things, and we were in her mind all the time, and it had a wonderful subtle humor that I like very much in books. Even though short stories are not my favorite kind of fiction books, this short story collection made it most surprising books of this bingo card. So thank you, Courtney, for recommending this book to me. The worst book that I read for this bingo card was a short story. It was called Autopsy Room 4. This book actually had a very promising concept. A man who is not dead but paralyzed ends up in an autopsy room and goes through almost all of the steps while the doctors in the room are doing the autopsy. Story started out actually interesting, but I hated the ending. And in order not to give spoilers, I will not say much, but I thought the plot point was so immature and actually degrading to women in many senses. That's why it's the worst work that I read for this bingo card, and I was very disappointed in Stephen King because he actually writes really good love stories too. And the best book that I read for this bingo card was a middle grade book. I was really surprised that this book made it to the top, Momo by Michael Ende. I loved the characters in this book, and the plot was also very clever. And at the same time, even though it was written many years ago, very relevant to today's society, because the degradation of the society unfortunately continues. But I like the hopeful tone of the book very much. And it was realistic in a sense that some middle grade books actually fail to do. This book was also a booktuber recommendation book. And it was recommended by Elizabeth Ann Reeds, and I really would like to thank Elizabeth Ann for recommending this wonderful middle grade book to me. It will additionally be a book that I will recommend for many years. Now we are coming to the drawing of the prompts, which is something that I immensely like and cannot wait to do actually. As I've mentioned in my other Berna's Bookish bingo creation videos, there are 25 prompts in a bingo card, and the square in the very middle, which is C3, is a free prompt, which will make it, of course, easier for me to do a bingo. At least I'm giving this courtesy to myself. And I will choose 24 prompts for the other squares, and I will not double up any prompts, but I will read those 24 books in the following 3 months, which for this bingo card, it will be the months of July, August and September. I usually can read more than 24 books in 3 months, I do not think that it will be a big challenge for me to do a blackout. I managed to do blackouts in the previous 2 bingo boards. So let's start with the drawing. The prompt for A1 is a time travel book, one of my favorite prompts. For A2, a book written in July. July is my birthday month. That's why this prompt was put in the jar. A3 is prompt is long books, more than 650 pages or more. A4 is 3-word title. A5 is a book recommended by book club friends. We are coming to row B. B1 is a book published in 1976, the year that I was born. B2 is highest rated book in Goodreads. B3 is an author from Africa. B4 is a book written by an author using pseudonym. B5 is a book written by a celebrity. Now we are coming to row C. C C1 is name of a city in the title. C2 is an alternate history book, which is another one of the prompts that I really like. C3 is the free square, and C4 non-fiction book. C5 is an older book, which means a book that was written before 1970s. Now we are coming to row D. D1 is a book set in a country I have visited. D2 is a historical romance book. D3 is an author from Asia. D4 is a sci-fi book. D5 is a translated book. E1 is a book written in 1970s this time, not older. E2 is a book with a blue cover. E3 is a book written in 2000, which means written between 2000 and 2010. And the prompt for E4 is book from family shelves, which means that books belonging to the shelves of my parents or my brother's family. Our last prompt is a book written by more than one author. So this is the bingo card that I created for the months of July, August and September. Please comment down below. Do you have any suggestions for the prompts? When I think about my July TBR, there are many books that could fit in many prompts, but I really would like to get recommendations from you. As I mentioned previously in the video, two of my favorite books were recommended by my booktuber friends, so it's always good to have recommendations from friends. And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye! As for Turkish word of the day, since many of the prompts actually included the genre science fiction, I thought science fiction should be the word of the day. Science fiction means bilim kurgu in Turkish, and bilim kurgu is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.